This tutorial is an overview of the concept of noun declensions in Latin. Here you have 5 nouns. You'll notice that the endings are very different. These are all nominative plural nouns, and yet we have things like AE, long I, long ES, and long US. And the reason all these endings are different is that Latin has 5 distinct, what we call declensions of the noun. Now, these nouns mean what they mean. Puella means girl, servus means slave, and so on. The fact that they are different declensions just means that they have different systems of endings that tell you what these nouns are doing in the sentence. There are tutorials for each of these 5 declensions, and those will help you master the particular endings of each one. But in this overview, let's at least talk about how to use the dictionary entry of the word to learn what declension it is. Now, the reason they give you 2 forms of the noun in the dictionary is that without those 2 forms, you couldn't necessarily figure out the declension of the noun. Notice, for instance, the second declension ends US, but so does the 4th declension. The way you know the difference is the second form, the genitive singular, is different in the second declension and 4th declension. If you look up a word and it ends US in the nominative singular, but has a long I in the genitive, then you've got a second declension. If you look it up and it ends US in the nominative, but has a long US in the genitive singular, now you have a 4th declension. First declension is pretty easy to recognize. It ends with an A in the nominative singular and an AE in the genitive singular. The third declension, however, can be very tricky. Make sure when you look up your noun, you do always take a look at that genitive singular, because third declension nominatives don't really have an ending as such. They all just have their own distinct form. Here we have rex, king, but the word for mother is third declension, and it's mater. This second ending, the genitive singular, is going to give you the root on which all of the other endings is placed. And so reg is very possibly going to be the form you have when you're reading. And the genitive singular of third declension is is. Finally, 5th declension has a long I for the genitive singular. It has an ES for the nominative singular. There aren't a lot of 5th declensions, but the important nouns res, thing, and dies, day happen to be 5th declension. And so again, do explore the tutorials for each of these distinct declensions, and you'll soon have mastered the Latin noun.